Welcome to Outdoor Oasis Ideas. Today's journey focuses on the front yard, a crucial area that sets the tone for your home. Imagine a vibrant landscape filled with colorful flower beds, lush greenery, and a manicured lawn, all harmoniously blended to create an inviting atmosphere. When envisioning a front yard, the layout is paramount. A well-thought-out design not only enhances curb appeal, but also provides a welcoming entry point. Start by considering the flow of the space. A symmetrical layout often works wonders, offering balance and order. Picture a central pathway lined with flower beds on either side, guiding visitors toward your front door. This pathway, whether paved with stones or gravel, should invite exploration and engagement. Selecting the right plants is essential for a vibrant design. A combination of flowers, shrubs, and ornamental grasses creates layers of texture and visual interest. For flower beds, choosing a mix of perennials and annuals ensures continuous blooms throughout the seasons. Perennials like coneflowers and daylilies provide reliable color year after year, while annuals such as petunias or marigolds can be added for seasonal flair. Interplay of colors and shapes creates a dynamic display, captivating anyone who passes by. Greenery plays a vital role in any landscape design. Incorporating shrubs and small trees not only adds height and structure, but also contributes to privacy and sound insulation. Consider using evergreens for year-round foliage or flowering shrubs like hydrangeas for seasonal beauty. These plants serve as a beautiful backdrop to your flower bed, softening the lines of your garden and creating a lush, inviting environment. A well-maintained lawn serves as the foundation of a front yard garden. More than just grass, it's a canvas that enhances the overall aesthetic. Choose a grass variety suited to your climate, whether it's cool season or warm season grass, ensuring it thrives with minimal effort. Regular mowing, watering, and fertilizing keep the lawn lush and vibrant, providing a perfect contrast to the colorful flowers and greenery. When designing flower beds, consider their shape and arrangement. Curved beds often create a more natural look, inviting exploration and softening the hard edges of pathways. Layering plants by height, taller plants at the back and shorter ones at the front, creates depth and allows each flower to shine. Mixing textures is equally important. The smooth leaves of hostas can beautifully contrast with the feathery fronds of ferns, adding richness to the visual experience. Mulching is an essential practice that benefits both flower beds and lawns. A layer of organic mulch not only suppresses weeds but also retains moisture in the soil, reducing the need for frequent watering. Additionally, mulch adds a polished finish to your garden, enhancing its overall appearance. Opt for natural materials like bark or wood chips, which blend seamlessly into the landscape. As the seasons change, so should the garden. Incorporating plants that bloom at different times ensures a continuous display of color and interest. Early spring bulbs like daffodils and tulips herald the arrival of warmer weather. While summer blooms, such as roses and zinnias, provide a riot of colors. In the fall, chrysanthemums and asters add beautiful hues, ensuring that your front yard remains a point of interest throughout the year. The key to creating a beautiful front yard is to balance different elements, such as texture, color, and form. Consider incorporating a mix of plants with different textures, such as smooth-leaved plants, velvety-leaved plants, and plants with interesting bark or stems. This will add depth and visual interest to your garden. A well-maintained lawn serves as the canvas for your outdoor masterpiece. Choose a grass variety that thrives in your local climate and soil condition. For warmer regions, consider Bermuda or zoysia grass, while cooler areas might benefit from Kentucky bluegrass or fescue. Proper lawn care is essential. Regular mowing, watering, and fertilizing keep your grass lush and vibrant throughout the seasons. Now, let's turn our attention to the flower beds. These colorful oases will be the focal points of your front yard, drawing the eye and creating visual interest. When designing your flower beds, consider the principles of layering. Start with taller plants at the back, medium-height plants in the middle, and shorter plants or ground covers in the front. This creates depth and allows each plant to be visible and appreciated. For the back layer, consider ornamental grasses like miscanthus or pampas grass. These tall, graceful plants add movement and texture to your garden. Intersperse these with flowering shrubs such as hydrangeas or rhododendrons for bursts of color. In the middle layer, plant perennials like coneflowers, black-eyed Susans, or daylilies. These hardy plants return year after year, providing reliable blooms and reducing the need for frequent replanting. The front layer of your flower beds is where you can really let your creativity shine. Use a mix of annuals and perennials to ensure continuous color throughout the growing season. Petunias, marigolds, and zinnias are excellent choices for sunny spots, while impatiens and begonias thrive in shadier areas. Don't forget to incorporate some evergreen ground covers like creeping phlox or sedum to maintain interest even in the dormant season. When selecting plants for your flower beds, consider not only their visual appeal but also their fragrance. Aromatic plants like lavender, rosemary, and gardenias can transform your front yard into a sensory delight. Place these fragrant plants near walkways or seating areas where their scents can be fully appreciated. Speaking of walkways, let's discuss how to integrate paths and hardscaping into your front yard design. A well-designed walkway not only provides functional access to your home, but also serves as a visual guide, leading the eye through your landscape. Consider using materials that complement your home's architecture. Natural stone pavers create a timeless, elegant look, while brick can add a charming, traditional touch. For a more modern aesthetic, consider large concrete slabs interspersed with pebbles or ground cover. Don't be afraid to get creative with your walkway design. A gently curving path can add interest and intrigue, inviting visitors to explore your garden. Line your walkway with low-growing plants like creeping thyme or mondo grass to soften the edges and create a seamless transition between hardscape and landscape. Now, let's talk about incorporating trees and shrubs into your front yard design. These larger plants provide structure, shade, and year-round interest. When selecting trees, consider their mature size and growth habits to ensure they won't overwhelm your space or interfere with power lines. Smaller ornamental trees like Japanese maples or dogwoods can add beautiful foliage and spring blooms without dominating the landscape. Evergreen shrubs are excellent for creating structure and providing winter interest. Boxwoods, yews, and hollies can be shaped into formal hedges or left to grow naturally for a more relaxed look. Intersperse these with deciduous shrubs like forsythia or lilacs for seasonal color and texture changes. Water features can add a whole new dimension to your front yard landscape. A small fountain or pond can serve as a focal point, attracting birds and creating soothing sounds that enhance the garden's ambiance. Personal touches make a garden truly unique. Incorporating decorative elements such as garden statues, bird baths, or trellises can provide character and charm. These pieces add layers of interest and reflect your personal style, making the garden feel like an extension of your home. As the garden grows, regular maintenance is key to keeping it healthy and thriving. Consistent watering, pruning, and deadheading spent blooms encourage new growth and maintain the garden's beauty. Remember that a successful front yard landscape evolves over time. Don't be afraid to experiment with different plant combinations and move things around if they're not working. Gardening is a journey, and part of the joy is in watching your landscape grow and change over the years. When planning your front yard landscape, think about how it will look throughout the seasons. Include plants that provide interest in different times of the year. Spring flowering bulbs like tulips and daffodils can be planted beneath deciduous trees, providing early color before the trees leaf out. Summer blooming perennials and annuals will keep your garden vibrant during the warmer months. For fall interest, incorporate plants with colorful foliage like burning bush or maple trees. Even in winter, evergreens, ornamental grasses, and plants with interesting bark or structure can provide visual appeal. Don't overlook the importance of native plants in your landscape design. Native species are adapted to your local climate and soil conditions, making them easier to care for and more resistant to pests and diseases. They also provide essential habitat and food sources for local wildlife, including pollinators like bees and butterflies. Research plants native to your area and incorporate them into your design for a beautiful, eco-friendly landscape. Consider creating outdoor rooms within your front yard landscape. Use plantings, hardscaping, or structures to define different areas with specific purposes. For example, you might create a small seating area near the entrance of your home, perfect for enjoying a morning coffee or greeting neighbors. A larger open area of lawn can serve as a play space for children or pets. A secluded corner with dense plantings and a bench can become a quiet reading nook. Think about how your front yard landscape will interact with your home's architecture. Use plants to soften harsh lines or highlight attractive features. Tall, columnar plants can draw the eye upward, making your home appear larger, while low, spreading plants can ground the structure and create a sense of stability. Choose colors that complement or contrast with your home's exterior for a cohesive look. As you design and implement your front yard landscape, be patient. Gardens take time to mature and reach their full potential. Don't be discouraged if your newly planted landscape doesn't immediately match your vision. With proper care and time, your plants will grow and fill in, creating the lush, beautiful outdoor space you've dreamed of. As you design and implement your front yard landscape, be patient. Gardens take time to mature and reach their full potential. Thank you for joining us on this journey through front yard landscape design. We hope this guide has inspired you to create your own outdoor oasis. If you've enjoyed this video and want more landscaping and gardening tips, be sure to subscribe to our channel, Outdoor Oasis Ideas. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to stay updated on our latest content. A well-designed front yard is like a warm embrace, inviting guests and passers-by to pause and admire the beauty of nature. It's the first impression of your home, a space that sets the tone for what lies beyond. By incorporating fragrant flowers and a thoughtfully designed pathway, we can create an inviting atmosphere that delights the senses and welcomes all who approach. Let's begin with the centerpiece of our design, fragrant flower garden. The key to a successful aromatic garden is choosing a variety of plants that bloom at different times throughout the season. Ensuring a continuous symphony of scent. Consider starting with classic fragrant perennials, like lavender, known for its soothing aroma and beautiful purple spikes. Plant them in clusters along the edges of your pathway or in dedicated beds for maximum impact. For a touch of whimsy and a burst of fragrance in the spring, consider planting lilac. These hardy shrubs produce abundant clusters of sweetly scented flowers in shades of purple, pink, or white. They make excellent backdrop plants and can also serve as natural borders or privacy screen. Don't overlook the power of herbs in your fragrant garden. Not only do they smell wonderful, but they're also practical for cooking. Rosemary, thyme, and mint can be planted along the edges of your pathway, releasing their aromatic oils when brushed against. As we move into designing the welcoming pathway, consider how it will interact with your fragrant garden. Curved path adds interest and encourages visitors to slow down and appreciate the surroundings. Natural materials like flagstone or brick can create a timeless look that complements the organic beauty of your flowers. Space allows, consider widening the path in certain areas to create small gathering spots or viewing areas. People can pause to admire a particular plant or garden feature. Edging your pathway not only defines the space, but also adds a polished look to your landscape. Consider using materials that complement your home's exterior, such as brick, stone, or even recycled materials like glass bottles for a unique touch. Low-growing plants like creeping thyme or sweet alyssum can soften the edges of your path, adding texture and additional fragrance. As we design our fragrant garden and welcoming pathway, it's important to consider the overall composition. Think about creating layers of height, taller plants like lilacs, or climbing roses in the background. Medium-height plants like lavender or peonies in the middle, and low-growing ground covers in the foreground. This layered approach adds depth and interest to your garden, making it visually appealing from all angles. Color is another important aspect of garden design. While fragrance is our primary focus, we can't ignore the visual impact of our plant choices. Consider creating a color scheme that complements your home's exterior. Water features can add another dimension to your fragrant garden and welcoming pathway. The sound of trickling water is inherently calming and can help mask any unwanted noise from nearby streets. A small fountain or a bubbling rock can become a focal point in your garden. Attracting birds and butterflies and adding to the sensory experience. Seating areas along your pathway provide opportunities for rest and reflection. A simple bench placed strategically can invite visitors to pause and enjoy the fragrances and beauty around them. Consider placing seating near particularly fragrant plants or in spots with good views of your garden composition. Vertical elements can add interest and maximize space in your front yard landscape. Trellises, arbors, and pergolas not only provide support for climbing plants like roses or honeysuckle, but also add architectural interest to your garden. These structures can frame views, create entryways, or define different garden rooms within your landscape. Don't forget the power of foliage in creating a lush, inviting landscape. While flowers are often the stars of the show, plants with interesting or fragrant leaves can provide texture and year-round interest. Consider incorporating plants like scented geraniums, which release a lovely fragrance when their leaves are touched, or herbs like lemon balm for a citrusy scent. Seasonal interest is crucial in maintaining an attractive front yard throughout the year. While many fragrant plants bloom in spring and summer, consider incorporating plants that offer fall color or winter interest. Ornamental grasses can provide movement and sound in the garden, while evergreen shrubs offer structure and color, even in the coldest month. Maintenance is an important consideration in any garden design. While a fragrant garden can be a joy to tend, it's important to choose plants that suit your climate and the amount of time you're willing to dedicate to garden care. Grouping plants with similar water and sunlight needs can simplify maintenance and ensure that all your plants thrive. Mulching is a practical and attractive way to reduce maintenance in your garden. A layer of organic mulch around your plants helps retain moisture, suppress weeds, and regulate soil temperature. As an added bonus, some organic mulches, like pine needles or cocoa hulls, can contribute their own subtle fragrance to your garden. Consider incorporating native plants into your fragrant garden design. Not only are they well adapted to your local climate and require less maintenance, but they also support local wildlife, including pollinators like bees and butterflies. As you plan your fragrant garden and welcoming pathway, consider the view from inside your home as well. Place fragrant plants near windows where their scent can drift indoors on a warm breeze. Design your pathway to create attractive views from key vantage points inside your house, turning your front yard into a living work of art that can be enjoyed from both inside and out. Remember that your garden is a living, evolving entity. Gardens grow and change over time, and part of the joy of gardening is adapting to these changes and discovering new possibilities along the way. Sustainability should be a key consideration in your garden design. Incorporate water-wise practices like drip irrigation or rain barrels to conserve water. Choose plants that are well suited to your climate to reduce the need for excessive watering or chemical interventions. By creating a garden that works in harmony with nature, you'll not only reduce your environmental impact, but also create a more resilient and low-maintenance landscape. Consider the wildlife your garden might attract. Fragrant flowers are often excellent at attracting pollinators like bees and butterflies. You might want to incorporate a small water source or specific plants known to attract birds. Creating a garden that supports local wildlife adds another layer of interest and helps support your local ecosystem. As you implement your design, remember that patience is key. Gardens take time to establish and reach their full potential. Consider the time of day when different fragrances are most prominent. Some plants, like evening primrose or night-blooming jasmine, release their scent in the evening. By incorporating a variety of plants that release their fragrances at different times, you can create a garden that offers olfactory delights throughout the day and night. Don't forget about the power of herbs in your fragrant garden. Many culinary herbs not only smell wonderful, but also offer practical uses in the kitchen. A small herb garden near your front door can be both beautiful and functional, offering easy access for cooking and releasing lovely scents every time you brush past. Texture is an often overlooked element in garden design. While we're focusing on fragrance, tactile experience of your garden can be just as important. Incorporate plants with different leaf textures, from the smooth, waxy leaves of camellias to the soft, fuzzy leaves of lamb's ear. This variety of textures adds depth and interest to your garden, inviting touch and exploration. Consider the long-term growth of your plants when planning your layout. That small shrub might become a towering tree in a few years, potentially overshadowing smaller plants. Research the mature sizes of your chosen plants and plan accordingly to avoid overcrowding or imbalance in the future. Don't underestimate the power of repetition in your garden design. Repeating certain plants, colors, or design elements throughout your landscape creates a sense of cohesion and flow. This doesn't mean creating a monotonous design. Rather, it's about creating echoes that guide the eye and tie different areas of your garden together. Consider incorporating edible plants into your fragrant garden design. Many fruit trees, like citrus or apple, offer beautiful blossoms and delightful fragrances. Berry bushes can provide visual interest, fragrance, and a tasty harvest. Mixing ornamental and edible plants can create a garden that appeals to all the senses. As you design your welcoming pathway, think about the journey it creates. Each bend in the path should reveal a new view or experience. This could be a fragrant rose bush, a piece of garden art, or a seating area. This sense of discovery encourages exploration and makes your front yard a more engaging space. Consider the scale of your plants in relation to your home and yard size. In a small space, too many large plants can feel overwhelming, while in a larger yard, small plants might get lost. Aim for a balance of sizes that complements your home and creates a harmonious overall composition. Remember that your garden can be a place of learning and growth, not just for plants, but for you as a gardener. Each season brings new challenges and opportunities to expand your knowledge. Embrace this journey of continuous learning, and don't be afraid to experiment with new plants or techniques. As we wrap up our journey through the world of fragrant front yard landscaping and welcoming pathways, remember that creating a beautiful outdoor space is an ongoing process. It's about creating a living, breathing extension of your home that evolves with the seasons and grows more beautiful with each passing year. We hope this exploration of front yard landscaping has inspired you to create your own fragrant oasis. If you've enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Outdoor Oasis Ideas.